Hey, what's up guys? At another new camera angle. This is my cubing collection. I have 14 cubes, so bear with me. This is your regular standard old piece of crap Rubik's Cube. Now the thing is, this cube is one of the old 80s Rubik's Cubes. So it actually has center caps, and this was lubricated with some grease, so it turns okay. Now normally I would never give any advice to lubricate a cube with Vaseline or anything that melts plastic, but with a Rubik's Cube, really it's okay, because a Rubik's Cube has really thick plastic, and that's one of the problems with the cube, is that it's just too thick, if you catch my drift. That's also what she said. Alright, so enough of that junk. Let's move on to another one. This is my Alpha 5. Now this is the first ever speed cube I got, and I actually had a Rubik's brand before that one over there, but it broke when it hit the ground. The center broke. This is the Alpha 5. I thought it was amazing when I first got it, but now not so much. It pops kind of easy, and really it can be kind of annoying if you're trying to solve a cube and it pops, because you barely any kind of thing. See how it does? It'll just, these middle edge pieces will really pop out. But let's see, the corner cuttings pretty good. Yeah, so I'm okay with that. When you're actually solving, the corner cutting isn't very good. Let me see if I can make this camera angle a bit better. Okay, maybe that, I don't know. I've never used this camera angle like this before. But yeah, enough of that. Onward to the Diane Zanchi. Maybe I'll lift this up a little bit. Back this up. Okay. Okay, that's much better. Much more uncomfortable for me, but we'll call it better. Okay, now the thing about the Zanchi is it's really smooth, really fast turning. Let's see, I'll give you a T-perm. Okay. It also has really good middle turning, which is needed in algorithms like H-perms and Z-perms, and a couple OLs like the ones that has these two dots, and the one that has sort of the checkerboard type thing on it. So that's the Diane Zanchi. Of course, a lot like the Alpha 5, has a tension adjustment, except it's shaped a little differently. So sometimes when you're solving, the center caps can pop off. Enough of that. This is a Lan 2x2. It's okay. It's decently fast, but the turning is it's kind of terrible, really. It'll corner cut. Doesn't corner cut that well. Doesn't reverse corner cut at all. And the biggest problem with a Lan 2x2 is in here, inside this, wrong side. There we go. Inside this little mechanism, you see that little piece in there. Those pieces like to pop a lot, and if they pop out, then you can't turn the cube at all, and you have to put it back in like that. It's just not a very good cube. And you can also take it apart, but I mean, I keep mine a little bit loose, so when it does that, I can just, do that. That cube. Let's see, next is a Xingqiao 4x4. Ah yes, this is a white version. I wanted a black plastic version, but obviously I don't have one. You see, it just looks too white. Whatever. This cube is much improved from a 4x4 or a each sheen. It's one of the best 4x4s in my opinion. I used to have a Rubik's brand, just like the old Rubik's Cube. The Rubik's Revenge Cube that I had no longer exists. Corner cutting is decent. It'll do about line to line, or close to it. The biggest problem with these cubes is they really like to lock up, especially if you're doing these inner layer turns like that. But I mean, you know, you're just not going to find great quality in 4x4s. Even layered cubes just really aren't that great. Even my stupid 2x2 over there sucks. No, there really are good 2x2s. I believe the V-Cube 2 is one of the best 2x2s. I don't have one. Enough of that. Next is my 5x5 V-Cube 5. Overpriced or turning that really... It's okay now that it's lubricated, I guess. But I mean, it actually hurts your fingers to turn this cube. It's a stiff cube. You'll see later why I call it stiff. You know, I mean, I know it's a big cube, but you can make big cubes turn faster. Trust me, you'll see. But this cube, it's really not that great. I would recommend getting a Xingqiao 5x5 or a Iching 5x5. I mean, it's better than a Rubik's, but I mean, come on, anything's better than the Rubik's. So, I wouldn't advise getting a V-Cube 5. They're not very good cubes. Enough of that. Next, V-Cube 6. This is V. What can I say about this? The outer layer turns it pretty well. 2, and then the triple layers suck. It's got a snapping mechanism in it. There really is not a good 6x6 out there at all. I've heard that Xingqiao isn't that great either. I know there's some mods you can do if you go to Me, Myself, and Pi's channel. He has a mod you can do. But really, not a good cube. If your cube ever pops, because when you turn these layers, sometimes they're not aligned, and they'll get really loose. And if you turn it after that, you'll get like a 30-piece pop from outer pieces and inner pieces. So, get a 6x6 if you want one, but if you're really into speed solving, I can't really say much for 6x6 because there isn't a good one out there yet, so just stay away from it. Wait till something better comes out. Yeah. But if you cube for fun because you like cubing, go ahead and get one. Okay, here is a V-Cube 7. Now the V-Cube 7 is much improved from the V-Cube 6. It has much better outer layer turning, and the inner layers are okay. This cube had some carburetor sprayed in it by someone around my house. It was not me. I had the joy then of taking it apart and cleaning every piece, which it's actually pretty fun. One thing this cube can do that no other 7x7 can do is if you misalign every layer, you can still turn it. But really, who needs to do that? It does fit well in your hand because of its shape. Personally, I like a more cubic shape, though, to my cubes. So, it's pretty good for the first 7x7. But, if you like cubic cubes, then you should get, well, a cubic cube. This is a Xingqiao 7x7. Now, it cannot corner cut with all of the layers like the V-Cube 7, but it does have some pretty impressive single layer cutting, okay? And also look at the smoothness of the turns. There's 2 layers deep, 3 layers, 4 layers, 5 layers, 6 layers, 7 layers. Look at how fast you can turn all 7 layers. But no, really, it is a very good cube. If you want to get a 7x7, I definitely recommend getting this Xingqiao 7x7. It's Xingqiao, S-H-E-N-G-S-H-O-U, Xingqiao 7x7 from Amazon.com. You can get one for under $30. People call it a knockoff cube, but it's not really a knockoff cube because on the inside the mechanism is much different from this mechanism. Much different shape. The core works a little bit differently. So now on to different puzzles. This is a mirror cube. Now at first glance you're like, oh man, this cube is really cool, but really it gets seriously old after a while. Because I mean, you still get the same 43 boring quintillion cases. And that's 43 quintillion, you know. Same boring cases. I mean, it just takes forever to solve because you're looking at shape instead of color. It just, I don't like it. It costs like 20 bucks. I consider it a big waste of money. So, don't get one unless you're like a collector. So, don't get it. Not very fun. Next is my QJ Pyraminx. What can I say? I guess it's pretty good for our pyramid. I don't have any issues with it. I mean, I guess it corner cuts or triangle cuts. It's got the tiles, so I wouldn't recommend getting a tiled Pyraminx because the tiles can kind of slip out of your hands there. But I mean, it's a fun little cube. I mean, yeah, it's pretty good. Next is my QJ Megaminx. Now my stickers came off. Now this is the only Megaminx I've ever had. Now I've seen some other Megaminxes like Diane and Mefferts. Really, I think this is one of the best ones out there though, because it has really good turning. I think that maybe if the sides were a little bigger it would turn better. But it's still, you know, it's really fast. It does everything that you want out of a Megaminx. For those of you who do not know what a Megaminx is, it is a 12-sided dodecahedron. It's solved mostly like a Rubik's Cube, except for the top. That's solved a little differently. But again, the only cubes that really have bad quality is Gigaminxes, which is a step up from Megaminx. A lot of those are pretty bad, so watch out for that. But yeah, definitely a good Megaminx. I'm not really too much into Megaminxes, but I'll solve one every now and then. Okay, next is the Square One. Now I'm not gonna lie, this cube is really fast. It is a very, very good turning cube. But I don't know how to solve a Square One just yet, so I don't really like Square One. It's kind of weird for me. I'm not a Square One type of person. So personally, I don't like it. But if you're a Square One lover, then definitely get a QJ Square One because it's great turning quality. It also has these stupid little caps on there though. I don't know why they put those on there. Really stupid. The mechanism works around a ring, so you can just take and pop out these little pieces. Let's see, where is it? There it is, right there, right down the line that separates them. So you can pop these out if you want to cheat. It also has tension adjustment if you pop off the, which side? I believe it's the green side. Yes. You can adjust tension, so definitely get the Square One if you're into Square Ones. I'm not, so whatever. Maybe I will be one day. Last but certainly not least is a Wit Eating Mix-Up Plus. Now, this cube is a very strange cube. You can solve it like a 3x3 if you care to. It's very fast turning, especially these middle layers. You'll see why that is. So this comes from the HK Now store. If you want to get one, they're shipped from Japan, Hong Kong, Japan. It takes a little while, but what can you say? It's from Hong Kong. Now what this cube does is you turn the middle layers 45 degrees, and you can then turn it after that, so see, that can look very strange very quickly. The edge pieces can become middle pieces, and middle pieces can become edges. And also these little pieces right here can also become misaligned. So it is definitely a good cube to get if you want a challenge. I would definitely recommend this cube. Very fun cube. I have solved it once. I could take some more time and learn how to solve one. If you want to learn how to solve one, you can go to Pete the Geek's channel. Anyways, guys, that is my cubing collection. If any of you are cubers, which unfortunately I doubt you are, but maybe you are, maybe you're new to my channel, go ahead and show me your cubing collection. Go ahead and like the T-Bone186 Facebook page. Go ahead and subscribe, comment, all that fun stuff, and you can see some more of my videos. Because I don't just do cubing videos, I do wrestling videos, I do singing videos, I even do stunt videos in the What I Do series. So check it all out. I'm the T-Bone186. And maybe I should show my face, it'd be rude not to. I'm the T-Bone186. Peace out.